So I've got 5 adventure bikes here, and on the surface, they might seem pretty similar, but once you start digging into the details, the differences become pretty clear. In front of me, we have the brand new Apache RTX, the premium BMW F450, the retro Yezdi Himalayan, the fan-favorite Royal Enfield Himalayan, and the budget-friendly Hero Xpulse 210. Each one of these brings something unique to the table, a different philosophy on what an adventure bike should be. This video is all about breaking down those differences to help you figure out which one is the right one for you. My goal here is to give you the full picture. It's easy to just look at a spec sheet, but that doesn't tell you how a bike actually feels on a long highway stretch or how it handles a tricky trail. So, we're going to go deep. We'll look at everything from the engine performance and handling characteristics to the fit and finish and the tech that's packed in. It's a full-on comparison. A battle of the bikes, if you will. I've spent a good amount of time with each of these, putting them through their paces in different conditions. By the end of this, you should have a really solid idea of where each bike excels and where it falls short. We'll talk about the key features that define each machine, how they perform both on and off the road, and maybe most importantly, the overall value proposition. Is the premium price of one justified by its features? Is the most affordable option cutting too many corners? Let's break it all down and find out which of these adventure bikes truly comes out on top for different types of riders. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's start with the newest bike in this lineup, the Apache RTX. TVS has a reputation for building performance-oriented machines, and this one feels like a direct evolution of that philosophy, but adapted for adventure. The first thing you notice is the design. It's sharp, it's aggressive, and it looks a lot more like a rally bike than a traditional tourer. The lines are clean, the LED lighting is distinctive, and it just has this modern, tech-forward aesthetic that really sets it apart from the more classic designs we'll see later. Underneath that sharp bodywork, you've got a liquid-cooled engine that's all about delivering a punchy, responsive ride. On paper, the specs are impressive for its class, but what that translates to in the real world is a bike that loves to be revved. It feels energetic, eager to accelerate out of corners. This isn't a lazy, low-revving engine. It's something that encourages you to be an active rider. The power delivery is smooth, but it definitely has a sweet spot in the mid to high RPM range where it really comes alive. It's a character that will appeal to riders coming from a sport bike background. When you look at the features, it's clear TVS is trying to win the tech game. You get a full-color TFT display that's bright, easy to read, and packed with connectivity options. We're talking turn-by-turn navigation, call alerts, and detailed ride stats, all controlled through switchgear that feels surprisingly premium. They didn't skimp on the hardware either. You have adjustable suspension front and rear, which is a huge plus in this segment. It gives you the flexibility to dial in the ride for your weight and the terrain, whether you're sticking to tarmac or venturing onto some light trails. Now let's talk about how it feels to actually ride. On the road, the RTX is incredibly nimble. The chassis feels tight and responsive, and it leans into corners with confidence. The seating position is a bit more aggressive, leaning you slightly forward, which is great for spirited riding, but might be less ideal for all-day touring compared to some others here. The trade-off for that agility is that it can feel a little bit busy on rough, broken pavement. The suspension does a good job, but it's tuned for a sportier feel, so it's on the firmer side of the spectrum. Off-road, the RTX is capable, but it has its limits. The lighter weight is a huge advantage, making it easy to manage on loose surfaces. The standing-up ergonomics are decent, and the bike feels controllable. However, the stock tires are definitely more road-biased, and that sporty suspension can feel a bit harsh on bigger hits. It's more of a soft roader, perfect for gravel roads and light trails, but you might think twice before tackling anything too technical. It feels like a great adventure sport tourer that can handle some dirt, rather than a dedicated dirt bike. Next up, we have the BMW F450, and right away, you know you're looking at a different class of machine. Everything about this bike screams premium, from the quality of the paint to the feel of the switchgear. There's a certain solidity and precision to its construction that you just don't find on the other bikes in this comparison. The design is classic BMW GS, purposeful, a bit asymmetrical and instantly recognizable. It's less about flashy graphics and more about functional, high-quality engineering. The heart of this bike is its engine, and it's a masterpiece of refinement. It's incredibly smooth across the entire rev range, with a linear power delivery that makes it very easy to manage. There's plenty of torque down low for chugging along on a trail, but it also has a strong top-end rush for highway overtakes. It's the kind of engine that feels like it could run forever without breaking a sweat. It's coupled with a gearbox that is just buttery smooth. Every shift, up or down, clicks into place with satisfying precision. It's a level of polish that really sets the standard. What really separates the F450 is the suite of electronics and the overall build quality. You get multiple riding modes that genuinely change the character of the bike, from a gentle rain mode to a much more aggressive dynamic mode. The traction control and ABS systems are top tier, providing a huge safety net without being intrusive. The suspension, especially if you opt for the electronic version, is in another league. It adapts to the road surface in real time, providing a ride that is somehow both plush and controlled. It just soaks up imperfections effortlessly. On the road, the BMW is the undisputed king of comfort and stability. It feels planted, secure, and unflappable at high speeds. The wind protection is excellent, and the ergonomics are dialed in for long-distance touring. You can sit on this bike all day and get off feeling fresh. It's not as flickable or nimble as the Apache in tight corners, as it carries more weight and has a longer wheelbase, but for eating up miles on the highway or sweeping through fast bends, it's sublime. It feels like a much larger, more expensive motorcycle. When you take it off-road, the F450's pedigree shines through. Despite its size and weight, it's surprisingly capable. The low center of gravity and excellent low-speed fueling make it manageable in technical sections. The advanced electronics, particularly the Enduro ABS and traction control modes, inspire a ton of confidence, allowing you to slide the rear wheel predictably. It's a bike that makes you feel like a better rider than you are. The main limitation is its weight. If you do drop it, picking it up is going to be a workout. It's a serious adventure machine for serious globetrotting. Now let's talk about a name that's been resurrected from the past, Yezdi. And with the Himalayan, they're making a bold statement. This bike is all about rugged, no-nonsense functionality. The design is very utilitarian, with exposed framework, a round headlight, and a very upright stance. It looks like it was built with a specific purpose in mind, and that purpose is to go anywhere. It's a very different aesthetic from the Apache's modernism or the BMW's premium finish. This is more like a piece of industrial equipment, and I mean that in the best way possible. Powering the Yezdi is a liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine that has a very distinct character. It's got a healthy amount of low-end and mid-range torque, which is exactly what you want for off-road riding. It's not the most refined engine in this group. You do feel some vibrations, especially at higher speeds on the highway. But it has this raw mechanical feel that's quite engaging. It feels strong and capable, ready to pull you up a steep incline or through a muddy patch without any fuss. The gearing is well suited for trail riding, with a low first gear for technical stuff. Where the Yezdi really tries to differentiate itself is its standard equipment and off-road focus. It comes from the factory with features that are often optional extras on other bikes, like a metal sump guard, crash protection, and a luggage rack. The suspension offers a generous amount of travel, and the spoked wheels with a 21-inch front are a clear indicator of its intentions. This bike is designed to be dropped, picked up, and ridden away. It's less about pristine paint and more about durable, replaceable parts. It's a tool for adventure. On the road, the Yezdi is a bit of a mixed bag. The upright seating position is comfortable for cruising around town, but the lack of wind protection and the engine vibrations make long highway stints more tiring than on the BMW or the Royal Enfield. It's not a bike that enjoys being rushed through corners either. The long travel suspension and off-road oriented tires mean it feels a bit vague when you push it hard on pavement. It's competent, but it's clear that its primary focus lies elsewhere. It's happiest at a more relaxed pace. Take it off the pavement, however, and the Yezdi Himalayan comes into its own. This is where it truly shines. The standing ergonomics are excellent. The suspension soaks up bumps and ruts with ease, and the torquey engine makes it easy to find traction. It feels tough and unbreakable, encouraging you to push your own limits and explore more challenging terrain. It's a bike that feels simpler and more analog than the BMW, which can be a huge plus for riders who want a more direct connection to the machine and the trail. It's a proper challenger for the off-road crown. And that brings us to the bike that, for many, created this segment, the Royal Enfield Himalayan. This machine has a cult following for a reason. It's built on a philosophy of simplicity, reliability, and accessibility. The design has become iconic in its own right. It's not trying to be a race bike or a luxury tourer. It looks like a classic expedition vehicle, with a functional, almost agricultural charm. It's approachable and unintimidating, which is a huge part of its appeal. It's the original, and it has a certain authenticity that's hard to replicate. The engine in the Himalayan is the definition of tried and true. It's an air-cooled, long-stroke single-cylinder that's all about torque and tractability. It's not fast by any measure. In fact, it's probably the slowest bike in this group in a straight line. But that's missing the point. The power delivery is incredibly gentle and predictable, making it super easy to ride for beginners and very effective in low-traction off-road situations. It chugs along at low RPMs without complaint, and it has a relaxed, thumping character that is completely unique. It's an engine that encourages you to slow down and enjoy the journey. Comfort and touring are where the Royal Enfield really excels. The seat is wide and plush, the handlebars are high, and the foot pegs are placed for a neutral, all-day comfortable riding position. It's a fantastic platform for long-distance travel. The suspension is tuned for comfort above all else. It's soft and compliant, doing a great job of isolating the rider from bad roads. It's not sporty or sharp, but it glides over imperfections in a way that makes long hours in the saddle feel effortless. Plus, the sheer number of aftermarket accessories available for this bike is staggering, so you can customize it for any trip. On the road, the Himalayan is calm and composed. As I mentioned, it's not a speed demon. Highway overtakes require planning, and it can feel a bit strained when you're trying to keep up with faster traffic. But if you settle into a comfortable 60 to 65 miles per hour cruise, it's perfectly happy. In the corners, the soft suspension and simple chassis mean it's more of a cruiser than a canyon carver. It prefers smooth flowing lines rather than aggressive inputs. It's a bike that rewards a relaxed and patient riding style, which is a big part of its charm. Off-road, the Himalayan simplicity is its greatest strength. The gentle power delivery means you're less likely to spin the rear wheel unexpectedly. The low seat height makes it easy to get a foot down, which builds a lot of confidence on tricky terrain. The long travel suspension, while soft, does a good job of absorbing obstacles at a moderate pace. It's not a hardcore enduro bike like the Yezdi might pretend to be, but it is an incredibly capable and forgiving machine that will take you almost anywhere you have the nerve to point it. It's the definition of an accessible adventurer. Finally, we come to the Hero Xpulse 210. This bike is all about one thing: making adventure riding as accessible as possible. And the primary way it does that is through its price point. It's by far the most affordable bike in this lineup, and that opens the door for a lot of people who might have thought an adventure bike was out of reach. The design is lightweight and purposeful. It looks like a dual sport bike with a high front fender, long travel suspension, and a slender profile. It's not trying to be premium, it's trying to be functional and fun. The engine in the Xpulse is small, simple, and efficient. It's not going to win any drag races, but it provides enough power to be fun around town and capable on the trails. It's an air-cooled motor that's easy to maintain and very fuel efficient. The power is focused in the low to mid-range, which is great for city commuting and technical off-roading. On the highway, it definitely feels the strain. Holding high speeds requires you to keep the engine spinning hard, but for backroads and shorter trips, it's perfectly adequate. It's a great engine for learning and building skills. The biggest selling point of the Xpulse, besides its price, is its lightweight and nimble nature. This is the lightest bike here by a significant margin, and you feel that everywhere. It's incredibly easy to flick through traffic. It changes direction with minimal effort, and when you take it off-road, it feels almost like a mountain bike. This low weight makes it extremely manageable for new riders and a ton of fun for experienced riders who want something they can really throw around without consequence. It's the least intimidating bike in the group. On the road, the Xpulse is a supermoto-esque city machine. The tall suspension gives you a great view of traffic, and it soaks up potholes and speed bumps like they're not even there. The narrow body makes it a fantastic lane splitter. The trade-off, of course, is highway stability. At higher speeds, it can feel a bit flighty, and crosswinds can push it around. The seat is also on the narrower side, so it's not the most comfortable for long-distance touring. But for urban exploration and weekend rides on twisty back roads, it's an absolute blast. Off-road is where the Xpulse becomes a giant killer. Its combination of low weight, long travel suspension, and a 21-inch front wheel makes it incredibly capable. It feels playful and agile, encouraging you to tackle obstacles you might avoid on a bigger, heavier bike. Dropping it is a non-event. You can just pick it up and keep going. For riders who want to genuinely focus on developing their off-road skills, the Xpulse is arguably the best tool for the job. It proves that you don't need a massive engine or a high price tag to have a real adventure. So after spending time with all five, the picture is a lot clearer. The Apache RTX is the tech-forward, sporty choice for the rider who wants sharp handling on the road with some light trail capability. The BMW F450 is the premium, no-compromise option for the serious tourer who wants comfort, refinement, and top-tier technology for global adventures. The Yezdi Himalayan is the rugged, purpose-built off-roader for the rider who prioritizes durability and capability on the trail above all else. It's the tough one. Then you have the Royal Enfield Himalayan, the people's champion. It's the comfortable, reliable, and incredibly accessible long-distance tourer that will happily take you anywhere at a relaxed pace. And finally, the Hero Xpulse 210, the value king. It's the lightweight, nimble, and incredibly affordable choice that's perfect for beginners or anyone looking for a fun, capable machine to master the dirt on. Each bike really does carve out its own specific niche in this growing adventure segment, offering a distinct flavor of performance and philosophy. Ultimately, the best bike is the one that best fits your personal needs, your budget, and the type of riding you want to do. There's no single winner here, just 5 great options for 5 different riders. I'm curious to know which one you'd pick. Are you going for the tech of the Apache, the luxury of the BMW, the ruggedness of the Yezdi, the classic charm of the Royal Enfield, or the value of the Xpulse? Let me know down in the comments. I read a lot of them. As always, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, hitting that like button and subscribing really helps the channel out. I'll see you in the next one.